I'm going to answer the questions that have been asked the most. Is he natty? And how does he do it? How does he combine weightlifting and running and look the way he does? Coach Greg, and today I'm going over popular YouTuber Nick Bare. Nick Bare almost has 500,000 followers on YouTube and 250,000 on Instagram. He's famous for combining endurance sports like running, cycling, and stuff with weightlifting and having a lot of muscle, being in good shape, as well as being a military guy. In 2013, he graduated with a science degree in nutrition. He's a smart guy, hard-working athlete. His motto is very similar to mine. Go one more and embrace the suck. That's his attitude. Go harder than last time. Same thing. He clearly trains hard. He does Ironman, marathons, runs all the time, is bike riding, and he weightlifts. Sounds a lot like Coach Greg. I did triathlons for 13 years, and I currently race on the bicycle, and I lift weights, obviously. Here's the difference. Coach Greg's on HRT. Nick Bare says he's natty. But is he in fact natural? Of course he's not natural. Come on, people. You think he's natural? I'm right 99.5% of the time. I'm telling you he's not natural. There's a 0.5% chance that he is. So I'm not saying he can't be natural, that it's impossible to be natural and do what he's doing. I'm saying that it's extremely unlikely. There's more chance that Lex Little's natural than this guy. Yeah, I know. You want him to be natural. After all, he's in the military. We love military officers. Of course we do. We love first responders, nurses, teachers, lots of people that help the world. We love them. And we should. Why shouldn't we? I'm not hating on this guy in the slightest. I have extreme respect for him. He trains hard and he looks great. However, he's not natural. He lives in the United States. Should he just come out and say, hey guys, I take things that are not allowed, that are illegal? How stupid would he have to be to do that? Next, he's the CEO of Bare Performance Nutrition, BPN. That's a supplement company. They sell you supplements to help you look good. What do you think sells more supplements? If you look good yourself or if you don't? You think he'd have 500,000 subs if he looked like poop? No. So the better he looks, the more money he makes. It's kind of like in education. The better you look, it's like getting your master's degree. And then if you look really good, it's like having a PhD. You can make more money with a PhD because you're more educated. The better you look, the more money potential you have. Okay? And do you think it's going to be good for his business if he says, hey, look at me, I'm on anabolics and PEDs, but yeah, I got these supplements too? Or is it better to make them think, oh, you take these supplements and you look the way you do? Is it better to sell training programs to say, hey, I did it natural. This is what you do. You run this way and you eat this way. And if you do that, and this is what I do, and then it should work. Or, hey, I'm on HRT, or I'm on them there SARMs. Which one do you think makes more money? Use your head when you think about this. People are smart. He's smart. I already said he had a degree in nutrition. He knows what he's doing. He's not a moron. Very smart guy, very hardworking and dedicated. Do I like him? Yes, of course I do. Do I understand why you would say he's natural? Yes, of course I do. If he is in fact natural, then he should take me saying he's not as a compliment. If everyone thinks you're actually natural, it means you suck. If everyone said, Coach Greg, you have a natural looking physique. What? Why are you being so rude to me? You think I look natural? That is the biggest insult in the world. Call me dumb, call me a moron, call me stupid, but don't say I look natty. What? Especially when you're not. Oh my goodness, I look natural. I trained my whole life to do this and I look natural. Worst insult in the world. So if you're accused of being not natty, A, take it as a compliment because you're doing something right, and B, just A, listen to A again. So let's look at his picture. I just give you a scenario and I can say, this is what made me decide he ain't natural. He made a post, September 19th, 2019. 2014, went to Ranger School for 180 days. He shows a picture of what he looked like after. It's not bad. He has a bit of muscle. He's probably 20% body fat, 180 pounds, decent looking, an average guy that maybe works out a little bit. Not bad. Not bad. Then on the right, September 2019, he shows a picture and it looks like, holy goodness gracious, what did this guy do? And then it gets worse. He says, I left for the school at 215 to 220 pounds, strong as hell and looking even better than the picture on the right. So he was better than the picture on the right, weighing 220 pounds, ripped. He's probably 12% body fat there, 220 pounds, and he goes to school for 6 months and loses 40 pounds and gains 10 pounds of fat. And it's better than that. I couldn't find a picture, but he says it's better, so I'm going to believe him. Why would he lie, right? So anyway, so on average, he went to school for 6 months and lost, I'll say, 50 to 55 pounds of muscle while gaining fat. But Greg, it's Ranger School. It's so hard. They train harder than last time, and they don't sleep, and they don't eat much, and they don't do this and that. I get it. That is really hard. I totally get that. You're not eating enough calories and you're training every day doing push-ups and running and it's hard, it's all this fitness, and of course you're going to lose muscle. But are you going to lose 50 pounds of muscle and gain fat while doing so? You're going to lose all this muscle while gaining fat while exercising more than you have in your life on a starvation diet. Who gains fat on a starvation diet? Have they in fact broken the laws of thermodynamics at Ranger School? It's on Earth, it's here on this freaking planet, and no, they haven't broken those laws. Yeah, if he went in at 220 pounds, he should come out way less muscle and way less fat and be ripped. Lose fat, lose muscle, everything's going away, you're not eating enough. He left Ranger School 135 for 1 rep barely. Babe, how many times could you bench 135 when you're training?
Oh man, I could definitely get some reps, maybe 5 reps.
So I'll tell you how many reps she did. She got 14 reps with the plate.
Oh, I did?
5 reps? So anyway, Allie was stronger than this guy who's 180 pounds that was training every day, doing push-ups and running, and he went from doing 275 for reps. So he went from Coach Greg, muscle strength, to Allie strength in 6 months. But no, Coach Greg, he's natural. He was natural the whole time. You're gonna lose all that muscle, or does it make more sense that he was enhanced leading into this freaking 6 months? Then went Natty, because you can't bring in the stuff, the supplements with you when you're there. And so he lost all that muscle from taking the anabolics or whatever he took and trained and then lost it. What makes more sense? You don't lose 50 pounds that quick. Trust me, I'm 195 pounds of muscle. Do you really think that if I went to Marine camp, I would come back at 150 pounds and fat? I went in at 195 pounds at 9%, and I came back at 150 pounds, 20% fat. Why? Because I trained so friggin' hard all the time that I lost all my muscle. And then what happened? Oh, there's a before and after again. 2014 when he came out to 2017. You telling me that's natural in that flippin' picture in 2017? He's bigger than me, and I ain't natural. So you're telling me this guy put on that much muscle natural. Okay, I got some ice cubes to sell you in the summer. That's not the same.
That sounded good though.
All right, I got ice cubes to sell you in the summer. They're all melted, plus 30, but it's ice. Trust me, it's gonna turn to ice when you leave. It's water now, and yeah, I get it. But see, what happens is, in the summer, it absorbs the sun in such a way that it turns it to ice. It's only $5 each. You're thirsty, you want cold drink? You'll probably buy it because you're that stupid that you believe this. Then what happens? Oh, let's get into the running for the triathlons. So how does he balance running and biking and weightlifting? Well, he does running and biking and weightlifting. How do you balance it? You do some weightlifting and some bike riding and some running. Oh, shocker! People are literally asking me, Greg, how do you balance bike riding and weightlifting? How can you do both? By doing both. How do Ironman people balance swim, bike, and run? They swim, bike, and run. How do you balance weightlifting and running? You lift weights, and then you go for a run. One day you lift weights, the next day you run. The next day you lift weights, the next day you run. You can do it any way you like. You can run, then lift weights. You can lift weights, then run. You can spread it out one day of one and the other. That's what he does. It's not rocket science. Well, how does he have muscle? Coach Greg, you said that running tears down muscle. It does. You cannot perform optimally at both. He clearly looks way bigger in 2017. So even if he's on HRT, anabolic, whatever he's on, or if he's natural, I don't care. He's not as good at both. If he were to lose muscle, his Ironman time would decrease. There's a direct correlation between how much you weigh, how much power you have to put out to go at a certain speed. If you're 200 pounds running up a hill or 100 pounds running up a hill, the 200-pound person needs to have double the power to go at the same speed. So if you lose 20 pounds, if your arms get scrawnier and you start looking like Lance Armstrong in the Tour de France, you're skinnier and you can run faster. That's why Ironman competitors don't look jacked. And if you are Ronnie Coleman or Phil Heath or any freakishly big bodybuilder and you start doing a lot of cardio, you won't be as big as if you didn't do all that freakishly long cardio. So if I ride bikes and I lift weights. If I wanted to be the best bike rider possible, I wouldn't want that. I would get rid of it. The anabolics make me slower on the bike because I'm too big. If I lost 30 or 40 pounds of muscle, I would ride better, faster, because I'd be smaller. Extra weight slows you down. You think Phil Heath's gonna beat me in a bike race? He's too freaking big. If he lost all his muscle, maybe he would. So how it works, we all have a genetic limit for muscle building and a genetic limit for cardio. If you just do cardio, you can be the best you could be, 100% good. If you just lift weights, 100% good. If you try to be the best at both, it goes down. You can still get way better at lifting and way better at running, but not as much as if you did one or the other. You can't peak and train for both. Your body responds to training individually. The mitochondria are going to act different. Everything in your body is going to act differently. Your body can't adapt to cardiovascular training and strength training effectively at 100%. One takes away from the other. If you want to be good at both, you can be the jack of all trades. You can be pretty good at this and pretty good at that, but you can't be optimal at both. I don't care about that. I like biking and I like lifting weights. I know that I'm not as good at either if I only did one or the other. That's Nick Bare. He is not somehow secretly invented the formula of how to be so muscled up and run at the same time. Have you seen his legs? You really think his legs would be that small if he was not running all the time? Running makes muscle growth in the legs way, way worse. Biking is not as bad. Running is atrocious. His legs aren't that big. Just look at some of the photos. Are they pathetic? No, but they're way smaller than they could be is the point. Another thing, you think these guys know everything? September 29, 2019, he posted, just rode 75 miles on the bike. That's 120 kilometers. Quick math. My Garmin said I burnt off 6,400 calories. You think that's true? Well, let's break that down. That means that per 30 kilometers of bike riding, he burned off 1,600 calories. It's funny because I burn off less than 800 calories in a 30-kilometer bike ride, and I ain't no small man. So you're telling me that Nick Bare burns over double the calories that I burn on the bike on the same distance traveled? Nobody's burning 6,400 calories in a 75-mile bike ride, 120 kilometers. That's 4 hours of riding at 30 kilometers an hour, 3 hours of riding at 40 kilometers an hour. So it's taken 3 to 4 hours for most elite level bike riders to do. No one is burning calories at that rate. It's half of that. So you trust that Garmin that you're wearing right now? Sorry, you didn't burn all those calories. I have clients, oh, Greg said I burned off 2,185 calories during my lifting session and bike. Okay, in the week, not in the hour, in the week maybe. What's next? Tyreek Hill is 1% body fat? Would he say that? Oh, no, they would never lie to us. Nobody would ever misguide the truth. No supplement company would ever lie about being on PDs. No one lies. We like this guy. He has to be natural because we like him. He's in the military. Coach Greg, you can't say anything bad about this guy because everyone likes him. You think I only say things about people who are mean? I want you to say something that's truthful about meanies? I'm just speaking the truth. And I'm sorry, guys, I don't think he's natural. If he is, he should take it as a compliment. But trust me, there are no magic formulas here. There are no breaking laws of thermodynamics. People will say a lot of things. People post a lot of things, and you can't always believe it. Do I like the guy? Yeah, of course I do. I have so much in common with this guy, with the biking. Good on him. He has to be a fake Natty. He has to be. Can't say it. Don't hate on people for having to do something. If you were doing something illegal and your job and life depended on it, would you just come out and say that you're doing that, or would you keep it a little hushy-hush? He's being a little hushy-hush. He can't say it. He can't come out and tell people. You can't expect everyone to say this. It's not like it's just legal in every country. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IFBB Pro. Press bell button. Subscribe. Make sure you watch all these videos. And until next time, I am out.